Glory be to Yah. Here we are in my prayer closet as I've just rolled the ZeGoDie for this morning. And what do we have here? Throw out the dice and this is how they lined up. So what is step one? Step one technically is to proper prayer. Make sure you pray the way Yeshua Christ says to pray, right? Once you've done that, you have the right intention in mind, then you let the dice go out of your right hand. Now from there, step two is to align the chakras. So bring the red down to the red, bring the orange down to the orange, bring the indigo up there, bring the speech up there, bring the intuition right there, bring the mind right there. And our spiritual chakra is looking here at the intuition. So it's reflecting on the past instead of the future. Something interesting, there's a lot of green in this, right? Symbolizing intuition and surrender. Thus, you can see we got our chakras in alignment. We got our chakras in alignment. This is step two. Step three is to make sure you have some scratch paper. I'm going to use this right here. These old notes from all these other stuff that I'm projects and inventions that I'm working on. I'm going to use this little area right here today. So, got some scrap paper, and we begin to write down the first hexagram that's presented here, which will be the AlphaGram, and then the changing line, which will turn this into the OmegaGram. So what do we got here? We have fire over thunder. How do we know this is fire over thunder? Fire, here's the elements in the center. Fire. How do we know it's pointing over here? Fire, fire, fire. Thunder, thunder, this. Fire over thunder. Solid, open, solid, open, open, solid. As we see, solid, open, solid, open, open, solid. Fire over thunder. So coming from this direction, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 21. Therefore, 21 is biting through. So the AlphaGram is biting through. And the OmegaGram, if this were to change to that, reflecting on the past, this would make this white. And therefore, it would be mountain over lightning. Mountain, 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 over lightning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27, 27 is right here, nourishment. So we have the AlphaGram being biting through and the OmegaGram being nourishment. And by now, step 3, you would have already wanted to write these down. So I'll do that now. Thus, we are now here. This is how you would write it down, maybe a little neater than this. AlphaGram and the OmegaGram. Now we're going to determine the branching grams and the growth grams that will occur from each one of these. And what I like to do is document the energetic interplay between these by pointing to what these are all going to. So if we analyze this, just as analyze the energy exchange, this is giving energy to green. So giving energy, we'll put on the right side, is giving energy to green. Taking energy, we'll put on the left side. This is taking energy from green. So this is taking energy from green. This is taking energy from red. This is giving energy to blue. Blue is taking energy from itself, so we circle it. Remember, it's a torus field, or we can put a little self-defeating torus field right there. And we have indigo giving energy to orange. Should be on the other side. Giving energy to orange. All right, so this gives us the faces of it very simply and very easily. So, proceeding onward. Now we're going to describe the changing, or what I call the branching hexagrams. So we start at the root. This is giving energy to this. But because they're the same, it's already nourished, so it's not going to change. They're not going to swap positions. This is taking energy from this, so these are going to change. So the first changing line would be the emotional state. And if these were to swap, the emotional state, the new hexagram would then be which is mountain over lake. We'll put it down here, save space, because I don't know how many hexagrams are going to be produced. So we just jot this down, and then we continue. We'll analyze and look this up on the Cypherian matrix afterwards. So proceeding onward. So these two would swap. This one right here is drawing energy from this. So these two would swap next. All right. And that is our mental state, so third. So this one and this one will swap next. That gives us mountain over wind. And as you get more familiar with using the Cypherian matrix, you'll eventually be able to naturally, through using all of this, memorize all the elements. There's only 8 elements to memorize, so you'll easily be able to very quickly memorize the dots and the solid lines and broken lines and such. And they are coded in here, all right, for your convenience. They are in the chart, if you forget. So that's the next one. We're up here at that changing line. Now we're back at this. Now if we understand that this had changed over here, then this is drawing energy from speech, not giving energy to speech anymore. Therefore, because this is drawing energy from this, and this is already a black hole, then it's going to stay the same. It's just nothing's going to happen. Nothing changes. So we move this, and this is drawing energy from itself, like a black hole, so it doesn't change. And we have this right here, giving energy to the emotional state. But the emotional state has already drawn energy from over here, so nothing changes. So this will be the end of the growth grams, or the branching hexagrams, and there are no growth grams from this as a whole, because this is not established. Because this is not established, it can't grow, right? So this ends our hexagrams for the AlphaGram. Now we're going to go through the same process, analyzing the omegagram to that same energy, and see how it produces possibly different hexagrams. And so, if we understand, for demonstration purposes, that is changing this to this instead of what it was, now we have a different situation happening. Now we analyze these hexagrams. We have the green giving energy to the green, but now the green is not solid. So that means that this is going to turn to its opposite. This changes, and it changes that to solid. So we go over here. This and that one are going to switch. Well, I like to challenge myself to see if I can mentally recite which hexagram this is before I even finish writing it down, or even when I throw the dice, I see if I can just see what hexagram it is as soon as it comes out. And this, of course, is fire over earth. Put a little dot in the fire over earth to separate from water. Next hexagram, moving up. So if this gives its energy to that, then this can draw its energy back from that, right? Making that be solid, broken, and this be solid, broken. So that would turn that whole hexagram into fire over water. Yes, because we're looking at this. Just so we're not confused as we're going about this process, let's change the dice as we go in this instance. So this is giving energy to that. That was that first hexagram we just saw. This is taking energy from that. All right. So that gives us mountain over water as the next hexagram. There we go. Mountain over water. Water. And we got solid, broken, over, broken, solid, broken. Solid, broken, over. There we go. All right, continuing upward. This is drawing energy from this, but it's already white, so it doesn't change. This is drawing energy from this. It's the same, so it doesn't change. This is drawing energy from itself, doesn't change. This is giving energy to this, doesn't change. So here we are once again. And again, no growth hexagrams. So now this is completed our step 3, actually figuring out what the hexagrams are. So step 4 will be this next step where now we're going to look up each one of these on our Cypherian matrix to give us the number and the meaning of it so that we can create a trajectory of a story. Remember, this right here today is reflecting the past. It's the past. And this right here is reflecting the future or present. I believe present is present today. Present. So let's go look it up. Mountain over lake. Mountain, mountain, over lake. Mountain over lake. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 41, 41, decrease. So you got 41, decrease. Mountain over wind. Mountain over wind. Mountain over wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 8, 18, 18. Working on what has been spoiled, right? Mountain over lake. Work on the spoiled. All right, which is literally what I'm going to be doing today as I launch the ZeGoDie campaign. I will be biting through, right? Going through a challenge where I'll have decrease of available everything, and I'll have resources, and I'll have to work on what is spoiled, right? And what came from the past in this instance. So we got our nourishment, being nourished by what? The scriptures, reading our whole Bible, right? It's nourishment coming from the past. Fire over earth. Fire, fire, fire. Over earth, earth, earth. Fire over earth. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 5. 35. 35. Progress. So we got 35. 35 for progress. And we have mountain over water. Mountain, mountain, mountain. Over water, water, water. Mountain over water. How do we know that this is mountain over water and that this is the line and that it's not this line? Because whatever dots are closest to that center, that's what line it is. See, these dots are closer to that, and these dots as a whole and spaces as a whole are closer to this. So this would be mountain over water, which would be 4. 4 over here. Little heart, what is that called? False. I want to say false love, innocent folly, something folly, yeah. So we're at 4. 4. So basically mistakes, innocent mistake. All right, so we got nourishment, resulting in progress, resulting in a mistake of some sort, leading into the present moment is biting through this difficult time, right? A decrease in all available resources and working on what has been spoiled, right? So this only truly I know how this reflects my life and experience. However, when you play with these ZeGoDie, you will be able to reflect upon your life and what you're going through in your private life and see how they reflect your current circumstances, right? And there we have it. That's the full breakdown. Very simple today. Wasn't a whole lot. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 charts right here for this morning hexagram. I Ching reading. And yeah, glory be to Yah. May you enjoy getting to know and learn about this process. And may you follow me for more to find out more. Here's a little test for you. See if you can see what the rest of my day has in store for me. Well, you know what? Let's do a little test, a little experiment. The first person to decipher these ZeGoDie. Let's see who that is. And may they reflect you, whoever that first person is. Glory be to y'all. All right. So there you have it. Take a look at it. Write it down. Let me know. Enjoy. And I will see you later with more updates. Amen.